Okay, what's your name, please?
I'm Sierra.
That F there, when you look at the word failure, what do you think?
When I think of failure, I think about how it is inextricably linked to fear, and how fear and failure can't exist without the other. And there are a lot of media empowerment movements around failure that exist. You know, failure doesn't exist. Failure is success in disguise. Or Edison didn't fail X many times creating the light bulb. He learned X many ways how not to create a light bulb. But I think that to try to paint failure in a light that is positive is to take away the whole point. I believe failure is a survival mechanism, and the fear of failure is what motivates us to survive and keep going.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I'm not too sure about the cultural attitude towards failure in Ireland as much as I am in the States, so I don't know if this comparison will actually hold up. But I think, at least in the States, failure tends to be either very, very task-oriented. So I remember when I was younger, I didn't hit the right time on a mile run for my dad, who was my coach. And it was like I had disappointed his ancestors or something. Like, it was like very task-based. But if I had tried my best, or who I am as a person, wasn't inextricably linked to failure itself. So it was very task-oriented. Whereas I feel like in Ireland, it seems it's very based in who you are as a person. From what I've seen as an outsider looking in, it seems very linked to the way that religion and stuff is viewed, as it's all who you are as a character, as a soul. And so if you fail, then that is who your being is. So I don't know, that's just kind of how I see it. But I'd say in America, it tends to be very task-based, and any feeling of being a failure tends to come from an internal source, whereas here I feel that being a failure seems like an external force pushed upon someone. So I've got one that's like funnier and one that's more serious. I don't know
We're not choosy. You can give us either.
Okay.
Or both.
I think, okay, so for a short, snappy one, when I was probably, it's like the most embarrassing thing I've ever told anybody.
Oh, we love that.
I used to be a competitive baton twirler for like 15 or 18 years or something crazy like that. And when I was about 10, we did so embarrassing, we did a routine inspired by Annie. And I was kind of known for being this big performer. I'd make faces on stage and that kind of stuff. So of course, when they were looking to cast the role of Annie in this baton routine, they chose me. So they gave me like a wig and the whole Annie costume and stuff. And I remember I kept that wig forever because I felt so special being, and I asked my mom one day, all I've wanted to do my entire life is be an actress. Like when I was little, that's all I wanted, which is funny considering who I am now, but which is not an actress. But I remember going to my mom and being like, I want to start auditioning for things. Like I want to be like I want that to be my career. I want to start now. And she was kind of like, yeah, okay, ask me in a month and we'll see if you're still interested. Like, is this a phase? And so out of like spite and vengeance, I stole her laptop. And I brought it into my room and I started looking on, is it Backstage or Backdoor or something like that you find all of the, I don't know if that's something here, but in the States, you find a lot of acting jobs on it. And so I started scrolling through it, and as fate would have it, I found someone was casting, someone was casting for the role of Annie in like a short film. So I opened Photo Booth on my mom's laptop. I put the wig on my head. I didn't even put my hair under the wig. I just covered my hair with my hands. And I took a headshot as a selfie of me going like this with an Annie wig on, and I uploaded it to Backstage, which is like this huge auditioning database where like agents find you and that kind of stuff. And
We've got to see evidence of that.
it's
We've got
so
to see
bad.
it.
I don't know if it still exists, but I was so sure that this was like the start of something. I was like, how could they not hire me? Like, how could they not cast me? Like, I have the Annie hair and everything. And of course, because it probably would have been illegal for them to message me, I didn't hear anything. And my dreams were dashed. I was like, if I can't get that role, then I can't get any role. And I was just so disappointed. I never told anybody because I was so like afraid that people would know. So.
Well, Sarah, I hope that's cathartic. Telling us that today. Definitely open. What, if anything, have you learned from that, Sarah?
So I think that experience, along with obviously some more mature failings in my life, have kind of taught me that hard work, like things that look, let me start over. I think that it's taught me that things that you want or that you think you'll be good at or that you think you're a shoo-in for are always going to be harder than they look. And without working, there's no chance of success. And so I think anytime that I feel a sense of failure, I have to reflect within myself and know, like, is there more I could have done? And if there isn't, then that's one thing. But, like, it's a chance for me to grow. And this is kind of tangential, but something that I've also learned about failure is just like somebody you love can never be one with you, no matter how hard you love them or how much you feel. Failure, no matter how much it hurts or how much it dashes your dreams, can never be one with your soul because it usually comes from some sort of external evaluative measure that you look at. So I'm a failure because this standard says that I failed, but that can never actually be one with your soul. It can never taint your own worth. So even though it hurts and it's hard, there's no way you can't overcome it because it doesn't change who you are at your core. You're still the same worth.